Hi, I'm Kate. Welcome to Blooms in the Yard. Today I'm starting a project. I don't know if I'll get it finished today, but I just am going to work on this area down here. I am going to take out 2 of the Annabelle Hydrangeas. I have an Invincibelle Spirit that needs a home, so that's coming over here. I might be moving this Sun King back. I hate to lose it, so I'm a little scared to move it. I mean, I think it would be okay, but I kind of hate to take that chance. I've never moved one before. I'll also be uncovering a few things. So there's a ewe in there and a hellebore, and then I'm also going to move a big Hypertufa pot over to this area. I'm going to be adding a mirror up on this trellis if all goes well. So my husband's going to have to help me move the Hypertufa pot, and hopefully he'll help me hang the mirror. I'm going to be giving away these 2 Annabelle Hydrangeas. I know that I can always get more because they kind of spread from the roots, and I can just dig up and divide some that I already have. So that is my plan for today.
Here's the before of this area. So you can see this little red Japanese maple is really kind of being swallowed up by the Sun King Aralia and the Incredible. I've trimmed both those back just to give it some space, but the Sun King Aralia is really too far forward and kind of taking up too much space. There are a lot of nice small things in here, and I just want to make this bed make a little more sense. There's a ewe hiding all the way back in there, and the hellebore is really nice too. I'd really like to be able to just see that and appreciate it more. You can see the hellebore when it's blooming because the Sun King Aralia has died back to the ground at that time of year, but I'm just wanting to change this area. Now this mirror is really what has inspired the entire project. It was a thrift store find, and I thought it would look really nice, just sort of surrounded by vines on a trellis.
Let's get to it.
These Annabelle hydrangeas kind of came out in sections, and I ended up with 6 sections, which I was able to give away to 2 different friends.
So this is my Invincibelle Spirit too. I put it here. I got it as a quart, and I put it here. It took a really long time for it to do anything, and in the meantime I put in the Oakleaf hydrangea behind it, and now there's not room for both of them, so the Oakleaf hydrangea is more precious to me. So I'm gonna dig this guy up and put him over in the area I'm working on. I'm all sweaty and gross.
I asked my husband to help me hang that thrift store mirror, and when I asked him for some heavy-duty wire, he just went in the basement and got some sort of cords out of just boxes that he keeps there. This might be an ongoing problem in your house too, where you have 3 boxes of random electronics cords that the husband refuses to get rid of. So I was thrilled to, okay, one less cord in the boxes in the basement.
Oh, we can't go behind that vine, huh?
Huh? Oh, no. Put the mirror behind the vine?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah. I mean, I'm...
Okay, now that that mirror is hung, and while I still have my husband's attention, I'm gonna have him move this Hypertufa pot, which is on the east side of my yard, over to the west side of my yard. Where it was, you just couldn't see it because it was kind of behind everything. And so on this other side, I'm going to have more low growing things in front of it. So here's what we're left with, is this solid square of dirt with plants in it. Obviously I need to get those moved as soon as possible.
So I think I've decided that this has got to be centered in this bed. It's just not gonna feel right to me, which means I have to take the U out. So the U is right in the middle of this bed right now. Maybe I can either move the U from here to here, or I can put the U in the container when the U is right in the middle of the bed. Either way, whether it's in the Hypertufa or out, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and dig up the U right now and go from there. I'm afraid that this Sun King aralia is really gonna suffer. I don't think I'll lose it, but it might look terrible by the time I'm done with this project to show you guys. I'm just feeling like that's probably the way things are gonna go. You probably noticed that this Hypertufa pot is bottomless. So that was on purpose so that whatever I grow in it can grow into the ground and I don't have to water it a lot. In general, I'm terrible at keeping my containers watered. And some things that I thought about planting in here were Japanese maples or an evergreen like a boxwood or a yew. So we will try this for now. This little plant that I'm putting in the ground here was also in the Hypertufa pot on the other side of the yard, and it is a Solomon seal. I did move these rocks out about 6 inches from where they were, just on the left side. And then I went ahead and planted 3 plants from my native plant sale. 2 wild stonecrop or Sedum tornatum, and 1 Indian pink. So this project is developing over the course of several days. I'm sure that you figured out by now that I really did not plan ahead going in. So I have decided that I'm still gonna keep the Sun King aralia. You can see it has not survived the transplant well. I got rid of all the dead leaves. There's a little bit alive on each stem.
but and that's not why I've decided to move it. I've decided to move it because I want to have something here in the winter. This is a perennial, and I do want to have something to cover the chain link fence in the winter. Over here, you know, at least I'm going to have the dried flowers. So I've decided, and I know that an evergreen would be the most ideal, but you know, we don't have that many evergreen options for shade. It's basically boxwood or yew, and I don't want to do that. So I got this is a Sikes Dwarf Oakleaf Hydrangea, which I recently saw at a demonstration garden, and I really liked the look of it. And so I'm going to replace the Sun King with this. Then the Sun King I am going to keep. I'm actually going to put it right here because I thought, you know, I just put all this ground cover in just to have something there. I'm sure you guys do this sometimes. You put something there temporarily and then you kind of forget to ever plant anything else there. And so I'm like, oh, I can plant something here. So I also think that Sun King has gotten pretty large. I'm thinking it will maybe take a while to get large again, maybe a year or two, but it would be nice to kind of cover that corner. Like, it would just be nice to have something taller here. I can always bring those rocks out a little bit. Anyway, so this is where I'm going to put the Sun King.
I also did decide to move, there's 3 Brunnera over here, and I decided to move one of them over to the left side of the Hypertufa. I need opinions on this trellis. So when I made the trellis, I went ahead and just stained all the wood with some stain that I already had, which is from the front of my house and from our vegetable garden fence. And now I'm thinking maybe I need to stain it black so it kind of all goes together more. So what do you guys think? For now, this doesn't look like much, but I'm really excited to see how this area looks next year in spring and summer when everything comes back up with new life.